Well, I suppose we'll start part 3 here. We'll start it off with our parts haul. I should have got more videos, but we went salvage yarding and got many things. Jersey's covering them all up right now. Keeps following me. 2 handles, 3 handles actually. Sway block for the 3-point. Console. That is a column throttle for the Oliver 70, Charles's 70. A seat back, that's wrong, but more right than the one we have. And then a possibly could work off to the side shifter. It was just on the tractor we were pulling parts off of. So I pulled it off because I was like, that might be kind of cool. But yeah. I think I'll start with the throttle here, or console here. And we got a new attack, new used, and a speedometer. So maybe we'll get those put in, I don't know. Just see how the night goes. Yeah, that shifter comes up through here and it's really tall. It probably hangs out about here. We'll see if it works. I assume they interchange. We got a handle for this. And we got handles. Dad's not sure if he wants to get rid of his custom handle yet, so. And a new seat back. And I suppose we'll start putting parts on. Oh, and we got clips for the hood. And like a dummy, I pounded all these flat because I thought they were supposed to be flat.
Yeah, you idiot.
I know. You didn't tell me what it was, so.
I didn't know what it was. But I wasn't the one that was pounding.
So yeah, we got new clips to hold those on. And we got work to do. We looked and looked and looked for a pump cover. And either someone's taken them all already or they just don't exist. But yeah. None to be found. But I suppose we're gonna start to get to work here. I think I'll start with the console because that's been bugging me for a long time. So yeah. Intermission. This clip is like a week later because I realized in editing the clip was this way, not this way. So what you really missed was we got the console in over here. Get the knobs on. I guess they're holding pretty good. The one hydraulic lever that we use is probably the one that pull off the most, I'm sure. But PTO, and it's on. Thing that I am concerned about is that's neutral on the levers right there. That's all the travel you got. I don't know if that's normal or not, but yeah. Charles was working on the tack. Spoiler, speedometer and tack are both in. So it's a little bit of a spoiler. And then also got, yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here that you'll see later in the video. Not much later, but a little bit later. I got the sway block in here. It's from a 4180, and we noticed this one's cracked. So yeah, I think that pretty well about sums up all that was in that clip. Unfortunately, this was 1:26. I think that one was like 4 minutes, so I blabbered on for a long time after that. But yeah, there's the scratching. But here it is. I'm really happy with it. I guess I should say we got all of that stuff for $150. Not the tack. The tack and speedometer were $25 each. Or not 20, 50 each. So they were the most expensive things, but they both work. So we're doing better than that. But the console here, the seat back, handles, handle, spoiling the video. All 100, was it 150? 150, but yeah. We worked out pretty good there. Oh, I guess we got that handle. So yeah, I think that's all that was in that clip. So back to past tense. Well, both items are in, but we had disaster. No, we had the parts to fix it online, but the oil pressure line snapped. But you get experienced enough, you'll end up keeping everything in hand or having extra. You don't just buy one when you're working on old stuff. You buy a lot because you're gonna need a lot.
Couple, 2, 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3 at least. But yeah, another thing that's kind of strange on these is
We'll have to keep this pulled off when we start it, just to make sure it doesn't leak.
some keys are right here on the dash. Some of them are down here. Some of them are the pull to stop over here. I think they're just kind of wagging it wherever they want to go.
Probably.
Is this the heater?
I don't know. Ether start. Don't know. Not sure.
Anyway, we're gonna get this going and start it up. That tack's only 100 hours off.
Not even 40 hours.
What's the other one?
561. Oh. Oh, 261.
So it's 100 and
40.
yeah, close enough. 160. This one's 104. That one's 260. Anyway, we'll be back. Well, it's the moment of truth. The most expensive item of the whole thing. I can't see it. The light's too bright. Nope. Hasn't been started in a while. See how she starts. You should take those tacks off so they don't rattle off. They don't work, but they're good cores. Maybe. I don't know what that was. I hope it didn't have something to do with this. Maybe. I don't know. We're gonna try it. See if it. Hopefully. All the gears work. All right, well, hopefully it doesn't blow up. I think we're gonna have to re-listen to that video. Hopefully it was just the wrenches rattling on the platform. We flipped the old shifter back because
We didn't make it far.
we didn't make it far, and we're like, nope, something's not right.
I came down here and I shifted it, and I let the clutch out slowly, and I thought I was in like first or second gear, and it seemed like it would. I mean, it didn't labor down a lot, but it labored down more than it should have for first gear. So then I took it out of gear and shifted around. Then we think that shifter got out of the slot in there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just that worn out, it pops out of the shifter or what.
I would be interested to find out if
That
that tractor there had a blown up transmission.
We took the shifter out, looked down it, and
It looks like there's only a slot that these go
yeah, it
in.
looks like it's just a slot they go in, but
Seem
this,
to have gears.
yeah, I hope we didn't.
That noise might have been the tooth popping out. Not popping out, but kicking his tooth or fork out.
Yeah,
I'm scared to try it, but
me too. Maybe just tap it.
tap it.
Well, it'll start. Well, they all worked. No kidding. That's enough excitement for me tonight.
Yeah.
This,
That's what's worn, isn't it?
yeah.
A bit. This doesn't look like it's got much wear in it,
No.
but that must be what keeps it in line.
We
And
wonder.
I'd be willing to bet, since this thing weighs so much more,
It's always
that's rubbed off from just hanging over like that, because it's on the opposite side of that. Because that thing is heavy,
It is.
so it's not worth it.
No.
It was an attempt. It's a good thing that I thought that felt funny too.
Well, that popping noise when it first started, we were both on high alert when that happened, and
So I put it in first gear, and I drove down the hill, and I was gonna shift down there. I shifted, and like I said, it labored more than I thought it should when I let it out of gear.
like it was pop,
Like
it was
the engine was laboring, but the tractor wasn't trying to move. And I didn't even let the clutch out, obviously. And I shut it off and shifted gears, and that thing popped out in there. So
and it was stuck in gear when we took that shifter out. So
whew. Hopefully we didn't break it too much.
yeah, but who knows what you'll find in this stuff anyway. All right. I was hoping that shifter would work. I really was. But I bet this is just a solid chunk of iron. Really, you probably should have pipe in there. It looks like it's out of an old shifter. So the factory ones I think are only about that high. So I bet if this was pipe, it would work just to get some of that weight off. But yeah, that's enough excitement. for today. It looks to be working. Yeah, it's got the heart racing. Really did. Yeah.
I should really get this.
What?
One of these lights is the lube pressure light, I think. See, that one's hydraulic temp. That's air filter. So I guess it's that one.
Well, hopefully we didn't break anything in the transmission. The problem with it is we haven't pulled it hard at all.
No.
So we don't know that
There could be something wrong with it.
I
mean, it's not like we're driving around on the flat, though. I kind of was lugging it down up the hill there, so.
But I mean, if it does something weird under like a heavy constant load, we won't know if it's been that way or if it was the shifter screwed something up.
I don't think it did. The shifter would have... Well, something messed up in the transmission. It's pretty well instant.
Yeah.
I doubt that's a second shifter, but you never know.
Well, you know that plate is unbolted, so that leads me to believe that either someone's been in there or something.
I don't know.
But yeah, that was too much for me today.
That fuel's dripping there. Off that fitting.
That's enough excitement for the day. Yeah. Anyway, well, we officially have the wrong style lights on. They don't work. We got 50 series lights on here, 2 lights in the fenders. 55 series only had 1, but that's what we got. So we're gonna put 3 lights on the front, just because we can. We don't have any power going from the switch, so that's the big problem, but all the wiring for the fenders is right down there. And this is the light wiring right here. So we've got, this side is interesting because the floodlight there's floodlights on the front and rear on the wiring diagrams, and those are only ran off of the blue wire. The green wire is for the flashers, which we don't have a hole in the fender for. So there is a difference in 50 and 55 series fenders wiring wise, if it's still there. And they look the same, but they aren't the same. 55 should have a light up here. And yeah, but we are working our way. I don't know if I showed this, but we got these clips in the sheet metal. So that holds those on. All the wiring should be good to back here in the fender. So it's just getting that one wire to 3 different wires over here. So this side isn't quite as wild, but this red wire is for the tail light, and the green wires for the warning signal, and blue wires for the floodlight. So, and then there's, you can see the wiring right there. It'll focus you out. So I might start working on the other side. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get everything in there. I mean, there's not a lot of room in there. But probably have to take this handle off. I don't know if the lights don't work in here. so it has to come off, but I suppose the right thing to do would get 50 series or 55 series inserts, but I like the dual lights in the fender better, so maybe we'll burn too much, pull too much power out of those one wires. I don't know. Another thing with this thing, it overcharges, and that's another questionable thing, because all the wiring diagrams online for 55 series don't have a voltage regulator if they're diesel. The alternator is internally regulated. So I don't know if this alternator has been replaced with one that doesn't internally regulate and they put the regulator on it or what. But 1950Ts have that, have the regulator and the alternator. But 55 series should not. So that's another little, excuse me, another interesting little thing here. So, but yeah, I guess I'll start on the other side. I'm here, pain in the butt, but we'll keep going on it. I had to redo this because I did it the wrong way, but this is what I've had to do for these lights, because obviously that washer is too small. So I've had to put a washer in the press, make it a cone, and then do it. You see, I did it on this side already, and that's how the bigger the washer came. These lights are off the cab, so yeah, got my iffy wiring. Then this is the side with Dad's custom handle, so we won't put that on yet. Let him decide if he wants to rework it or if we just put the factory handle on that we have. So he's got some decisions to make on that, but we're gonna get this light mounted on and get this panel back in, and it's kind of a trick. So get us copyright. All the side lights are in. Like I said, same as the other side. I don't know if they work. Put this handle on it. Dad will have to decide if he wants to make this one work or not. It'll work if we did it like this, but that's kind of, I don't know. He'll have to decide. This one's not hard to get off, so yeah, but we have to tear the dash apart to see if there's power going anywhere, but getting closer. 3 lights on each side. Too much. Not correct, but it's what we have. And really, I won't care as long as one on each side works. That's honestly all I care about. Just as long as one on each side works, fine with me. Charles has big problems here on his 70. He broke the one piece he told himself he wasn't going to break. Well, the bolt snapped off. It's that piece on the other side for his column throttle on his 70. So now he's trying to figure out how to fix all this. He must have got a second win. He was ready to leave about 2 minutes ago. I am ready to leave, but the ideas were flowing. Could you just leave that? This is going to be hard to weld. Yeah, I know. That's the idea, though. Can it be that long? Or else like that. Do you have enough material to do that, or enough play flexibility in it? I have no idea. It was a rookie mistake. I was planning for it. I heated it up, and she still broke. Used the wrong torch. Yep, I did. Well, the other torch would have just melted it. Yeah, I would have got her hot fast. Anyway, that's it for today. Well, you'll see we have light. Fender lights aren't hooked up, and the dash lights, I believe, are working. Yeah, I'll do some tapping up here. Issue is this connection right here. This comes from the power key switch to the fuse, and the fuse wasn't getting any power to it, so it wasn't sending any power to the switch.
There's no lights up there, is there?
No. It's the blue wire.
There is no, well, the blue, I'm touching the blue wire.
Well, I don't know if the switch is... I don't know what the switch needs, but we've got power everywhere we need power up here, so this connector came off of the main battery power, so I think I'll wrap that one in tape. I'll wrap that in tape so it stays, and I think I can put this all back together up here. So that is, sorry about that. That is exciting stuff. Like what he was messing with back here is, this is the power wire for the lights, and he was touching it to these up here. He could have also been going to the rear lights, so who knows. But we at least have 2 lights that function, and that is exciting stuff. I've got a 30 amp fuse. It calls for a 20, so I should try and find another 20 amp fuse, but I think that can go back together now. So yeah, that's exciting. Well, you can't make this up. We had it sitting here idling, waiting. Charles was about to get on it and drive. I think we were about to switch places. I think I was about to drive the 70 and he was about to drive this with the lights, and we hear a big thud, like a chain coming off, and well, the chain did come off. And it messed up our speedometer cable. We had a good working speedometer for like 3 days. Just tore it up, ruined it.
Focus.
I guess there's worse things in the world. The 310 could have threw a rod, but
What happened to the chain coupler, you might ask?
that's
This is
fine.
brand new. No real wear on it per se. But you come and look at the connector link and all the pins are out of it and they're like basically broken off. So what happened is the question. I'm not exactly sure.
Maybe it needs to be welded on the one side.
Yeah,
like
that other
one.
side was welded. Maybe that's the way it has to be for it to stay together. Is the engine out of alignment? I don't know. Anyways. So that's handy.
Oh, and the fuel gauge quit working.
Oh, it did.
Mm-hmm. It sucks when old parts break, but when you put new stuff on and then it breaks, that's what really sucks.
And I put that on because the old one sounded like it was really rattling. Anyways, I ain't gonna mess with that tonight.
No. Disappointment. Well, I think the light saga is wrapped up as of now. Till we get the tail light and rear light. But they all work at the moment. I need to put the test light away. Forgot about that. Hopefully all the dash lights work. Are the dash lights not working? Oh my goodness. Dash lights aren't working. I guess I'll just have to take that panel off so it won't be terrible. I'm sure my prong came unhooked, but those lights work. These ones do. One of these does. We'll take one. I'm fine with one. Technically more correct here, but yeah. it is what it is right now. I'm too tired to take that panel off again, so gonna run out of battery on the tractor here pretty quick. But yeah, that's where we're at. So yeah, well, as you can see, the lights are working. The left side is one non-working light because, well, I'll have to show you that in a little bit. This, I think I said in the last clip, had no wires going to it, so it's just here for looks. It looks good, but rear light's working. But this is the issue we have with these fenders. These are 50 series fenders. 2 lights up front. And 55 series only have 1 wire going to the floodlight side. Because one of these wires is on a 55 series is technically supposed to be for a flasher. So we have 3 wires, 3 lights running off of 1 wire. And obviously that's not ideal. So we're gonna have to do something about that. Oh, there's that lock washer I was looking for. What really should have been done was these 2 should have been spliced together up here. I could still do that, but I don't want to. So we're gonna do something here. I'll get back to you on what that is, but we're gonna have to do something. So yeah. Well, that's not right, but it is what it is right now. Yeah, three wires going off one. I was gonna tape it, but we're gonna have to run the lights on that, see if it gets hot. It's not the right thing to do, but I really don't want to run wires from the switch. Oh no! Okay. Yeah, we still haven't got the rims painted. Still haven't got the fenders mounted. Everything just happened all of a sudden, but we're gonna try and do a picture with all the Olivers, and I think that might be how I end the video. So yeah, I have to get the Super 77 going, see if it'll even start. Get the chain on here for pole starting, but yeah, I think we'll end the video that way, but because it's getting pretty long already. But I guess I'll show you. Turn the lights on, and those lights, these lights, those lights, and this light. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Slowly but surely we'll get somewhere. Hopefully the chain coupler doesn't explode again. But yeah, I think I'll see if the Super 77 will start, and we'll go from there. Well, I think we'll end her off. Here she is in the lineup. I don't know if I can get them all in over here. But yeah, there it is. We've got the 1650, 550, Super 77, 88, 77, and the 70. We have one of each series. Oh, watch where you're going. Yeah, there they is. Listen to them run. This is original to the farm. They bought that one new. Super 77, 70 were bought last summer, and then that was bought going on 5 years ago in August. Bought that one new. This one was not bought new by us, but it was bought new by my grandpa's brother. And my grandpa bought it. So yeah, it's been on the farm since new. And then obviously our 1955. So I think we're gonna shut them off, leave it here. Really not that good of pictures right now. So we'll just shut them off and let them go. But yeah. she is. Look how small a 1650 is compared to this. I never realized that, how much difference there was, but there is. There is a big difference. Oh, dieseling. This one died. It's probably out of gas. I think we're about out of gas here too. And this Super 77, we don't use this one as much as we should. We really don't. It deserves a better life than what it has here, a better shed, but yeah. There they be.